Hi there, welcome back to the History of Fleetwood Mac. I'm Anita. Today we're going to continue with my tour books, and we're going to pick up where I left off, which I think was 2001 maybe? 2000, Say Well. I closed out with Say Well 2003, 2004. So we're going to continue with Stevie Nicks' tour in 2005, which was, I believe, called the Gold Dust Tour, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what she called this one. I can call the 2005 tour, but I'm pretty sure this one was the Gold Dust Tour at some points, on a few dates at a minimum. So this is the cover for that tour. Nice live photo. The back cover. Great shot of her and Waddy. I'd already kind of mentioned in some of the videos that I think that the tour books had kind of started going downhill a little bit. This is really nice, full of live shots, but again, it just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of got to be where I was still completely grateful. I never want anybody to misconstrue what I'm saying, but I just loved the beauty and the depth and thought put into so many of the earlier ones, that when these ones came out kind of later, it's just live and looking like they kind of just got thrown together. It was a little disappointing, not gonna lie. So starting right off the bat, what was really nice was we were really starting to see some of Stevie's work on the monitors behind, and just really cool visuals. I'm pretty sure that's Stevie's work. Stevie there. And it says, in 1975, Mick Fleetwood gave me my first book of Sulamith wolfing, so I apologize. Sulamith, I'm going to guess, Sulamith's painting, Sulamith's work there. 1901 to 1989's drawings and paintings. For 5 years, I studied this book. In 1980, I myself started to draw. She has been a twofold inspiration for me, my drawing teacher and a great inspiration for many of my songs. I'm delighted to bring some of her work to all of you on my stage and hope that she will become as big an inspiration to you as she has been for me. Many thanks to the Sulamith Wolfing Publishing House for allowing us to use Sulamith's artwork. To see all of Sulamith Wolfing's titles, please visit the website at www.amberlotus.com. Love, Stevie Nicks. Or just Stevie Nicks. But I'm sure she would have said love right there. So that is kind of cool. That was really kind of a neat thing. Then we go into the band. And this is really cute that this little drawing is there of Stevie's. But like come on, the girls deserve a clearer picture than this. That's my 2 cents. Okay. Again, I don't want to sound negative. I know they get some better shots later, but they just deserve clearer shots. Everybody does. Did they each get a page with their own photos? Yes, absolutely. But some of the ones that get thrown in there, it's just, we've taken good shots. We've taken better shots than that. These are super thick pages too. And see, this is Darrell Smith here. So these are really unique photos, and Stevie here, but like hardly you can hardly see him in these, like, is that a great thing of Stevie? But give him a face shot, give him his headshot or something, We got Brett there, which is really cool. This is one of the times where it didn't really have much of a stage set, as I've mentioned in the past. These are nice of Sharon, though. and Jaina here. She looks real pretty there. Super young here. More, the Beauty and the Beast reference here. And that is once upon a time in a world of magic and wonder, the true love of a beautiful girl may finally dispel the torment of a feral but gentle-hearted beast. Beauty and the Beast is a landmark feat of cinematic fantasy in which master filmmaker Jean Cocteau conjures spectacular visions of enchantment, desire, and death that have never been equaled. The Criterion Collection proudly presents the original film version of, and it says it in French, not even going to try, a fairy tale masterpiece in a newly restored, spectacular special edition. Which, like I said, I would very much like to do a video on all the Beauty and the Beast stuff that I have, because again, it was, obviously an inspiration, continues to be, and 2005 onward, she started really kind of bringing that back to her concert set list, and not just doing the song, but showing the imagery along with some Sulamith's work and then her painting and such. So, yeah, it was really nice. That's a great one of Stevie and her brother there, more up to date one. Then again, the collage page. Your dad. The end. Has anyone given anything to you? Did you ever give it back? One, the campaign to make poverty history, www.one.org. So that was really cool too. And then in the very back page, thank you for the memories, photos by, and it's a lot of Stevie Nicks people like Todd Kaplan, Karen Johnson, her manager, obviously, Stevie, Chris Nick, Sharon Solani, and Jaina. So a lot of it was taken by the band, which again, it's really great. It just kind of 2007 Crystal Visions tour. Front cover, back cover. This is cool. This is really neat, seeing all these different, kind of reminds you of the picture of the three pictures crossed in the Rock a Little tour book. So it's kind of reminiscent of that. I believe that we have seen each one of these now. So I know that this one has been seen. I think this one is on a poster. You can see most of her body here and then her head in here. And I think this one might be out and about. This one is the only one I can't confirm 100% is in full circulation, as, without the crystal ball and the... It could be. It's just not one I recognize right off the bat as being like, oh, I have that in a, some form or another. Again, more live photography. Pretty much the same photos used in the 2005 book already. Just showing you what I have. I'm sure you can recognize those pictures. Except we have Lori back, which was really nice. But this one, these two were just in the last book I showed you. And I think this one of Jaina was in the last book. Let's find out. See if I'm right or wrong here. Nope, not quite. But similar. This one is what I was looking at. But this one of Sharon, yes. But I love the slide picture of Stevie. Oh, it's really pretty. Oh, and I don't know if I showed, if you caught that one, but in the back cover here, I didn't realize there's also that little piece, which is cool because it was kind of on, that's back on the 2005 one. I meant to point that out because I think it was on one of the concert t-shirts, the stand back shirt. I'm pretty sure it's this on the front, if I'm not mistaken, and this on the back. But I also know that she did this on a piece of, on a letter. She's put this on a couple things, but I'm pretty sure she put the front on something in the past. But I know this back one she has put on a couple of different pieces. So this one is kind of cool because even though they're little small pieces, they are Stevie's art again. But back to the 2007 one, we have Carlos and Waddy's page. Another nice live one of Stevie. Al's page. Yes, please, and thank you. This is worth the price right there. 100%. Now we're back. Now we're back with, you know, I think that some studio shots that were taken at the time and or Stevie's artwork or letters or writings by her. I mean, that, you know, that 2005 I'll give that she wrote the little part about Selamith, and, you know, even though she didn't write the Criterion Beauty and the Beast part herself or talked about it, that she included it. But those were little extras to be given in lieu of the fact that there weren't like really any original, or they're all original, but like no studio shots. They're just a little bit more. But this right here, I mean, this is gold. I mean, it's just so beautiful. And, you know, have a piece of her work in any way is just really, it's very special. And, you know, so that is definitely worth the tour book right there, in my opinion. But then we get back to just kind of, you know, again, not super clear, or I just don't, I'm not trying to sound like a jerk. I really am not. And I really don't want anybody to think so, but I hope everybody understands what I mean. You know, and it's not even a greedy or a, you know, it just, I like all these people a lot, you know, and I mean, some of these people have some really great up close shots, but like all the girls, they're, you know, Stevie, the girls, everybody's just beautiful. And I just want clear shots and nice, and it's cool that the band and everybody else takes some of them, but just some of them just feel like it's just really like a real afterthought instead of, I know that Stevie and Karen and they all love each other and it's all important to them, but this is like stuff maybe that would be for them, or it would be okay because they see each other all the time or something like that. But as concert goers and attenders, you know, it's just, it's nice to see something put together with a little bit more depth, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But I don't know how to put it any other way without, I think I just keep sounding worse, and I don't mean for it to sound that way, but when you compare these to the earlier books, it's just all I keep saying. So cute. Moving forward. This was 2000. 13, Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac Tourbook. 2013, Unleashed, if I'm not mistaken. Front cover, back cover, studio shots. Oh, we're off to a great start. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that these pictures were sewn together, is what they call it. I think this is a session. I think that's a session, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I heard from somebody. I don't believe, I think I read somewhere somebody told me that this is not all four of them in the same picture, which honestly I don't really care. It looks like them, like they're all four there, but apparently this is one photograph and this is another. But yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. This back photo of Stevie is freaking gorgeous. Lindsay looks a little angry, but that's okay. He's not angry. He's just looking serious, and he makes up for it here, where he looks fabulous. Great studio shot. Very grateful to have this one here. These are some very nice live shots. These are really nice live shots. I like the different color. I think this is a shirt also from the tour, where they put the four in the colors like that, kind of like in a circle, which is really cool. It's a great one, Stevie, right there. This would be fun to find yourself in the audience if you knew where it was taken. That's the back of my... No, I'm just kidding. That would be kind of cool, actually. Really nice pictures of Stevie. Some of the nicer live shots, I'll say. I like this one. Look familiar? A little bit? These are really nice. Now this one I would say probably, in my opinion, the price of this one would be these pictures. I think. Love this picture. I like this picture. I like this picture. I love them all. These are really nice pictures. So like I said, that was 2000, what did I say, 13? Yes. So then 2015 would be On With the Show, but let's see. Let's see if there's anything 2 years later that's the same. I guess maybe not because Chris was back here. No. So right off the bat, again, a studio shot. Fantastic. Not often seen. Either this one is probably a little bit, I don't know. What do you think? Another great studio shot. So thankful. I mean, for crap's sake, they got back together, right? We got Christine back, and it's like, I want studio shots. I mean, how do you not take them in? I understand for the dance that they did more, because it was the dance and the reconvening. But again, we have Chris back. It's like, I just don't see why you wouldn't have. And I think that this one, if this is 2013, isn't this Say You Will? Pretty sure it's Say You Will. But this one, at least, we have these two. So we have this one that I'm pretty sure is different from this one, right? Or no? Yeah. So that's a good start. So as well. 2013, 2015. You just put a picture of Christine in there. No. How to be salty? Show me you're salty without being salty, right? Am I doing a good job? Who owns all these? I do, right? Who buys them all? Who would buy them all over again? That would be me. Who would do that? So I don't know. Is this exactly the same layout as Mix? Let's find out, shall we? Oh my God, really? Okay, maybe not. Almost. This is 2013. This is 2015. We've added a couple photos, so there's that. And we're bringing photos of Christine in. And now here's some cool different photos of Stevie, though. This is that song, Counting to 10. Just kidding. This one's a nice one of Stevie here. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Love, love, love these photos. See if that's the same with John. Except the middle, it looks like they added one picture in the middle. It was different. Two, but still. And this was very nice, different selection, very different for Stevie. So that was cool. That was kind of a, you know, not that she should be singled out, but she, you know, Stevie Nicks. So, but this is definitely a different layout for Stevie. And this would be versus the 2013 layout here. So she got, in the 2013, there is 5 photos, and there's 4 here, but they're all 4 of them were different. And this is really cool because I feel terrible. I wasn't even thinking to look it up right now, but this lady here, she's really cool. She won a contest there was a contest on making a cape for Stevie Nicks, and thousands, probably maybe not thousands, maybe hundreds, beautiful, beautiful entries. I didn't even try. I mean, I'm no designer, but my best friend, who is a costumer, I don't even think she did. It would have been really cool if she had. But this lady who won it, crocheted or knitted, I don't remember which it was, but this just beautiful cape, which was the winner, and I think it's got some feathers in it. And I'll try and find a video or add in the comment section what her name is and where you can get one. You can have one made just like this. She's really nice, and that is just really awesome. It was really awesome for everybody who entered. I mean, I could think, probably looking back on that, so many entries that deserved winning. There's just so many beautiful submissions for that contest. I would have been just what a thrill to have your item picked, though. And so there's this picture of Stevie with the cape, and maybe that's also why the different pictures were used. Could just see a little bit more detail in that one. It's just gorgeous. But it was really, I thought, actually, all the ones, I was not surprised in a bad way. It's just so unique and so different, because people really submit a lot of shawls that are very reminiscent of what Stevie has. And this was just kind of outside. It was a little bit different, but yet it was so her. So it was really kind of cool. So I forgot that those photos were in there. So that is pretty cool that they show that. This is kind of cute to show the discography, but with an older photo. Just kind of mixes it up a little bit. And this photo was really cool too. We were getting some of those photos. Some of these were coming out in articles and such. And so that was 2015. Now, this last one I have, this is going to be my last tour book that I have, and this was 2019. And this is one that came out, I think, well after the several legs of the tour had happened. And this was without Lindsay. This is 2019, when we now had Neil Finn and Mike Campbell. So kind of bittersweet, but it's still really cool to obtain one of these. These are hard to come by. This one is also a little bit hard to come by. This again, the 2013, it seems like they were still in the States when the tour book came out, but this one, it seems to me they went abroad, or it was on the second leg, or just seemed a little bit more limited. I would say the last 3 that I've shown you, 13, 15, and now this one, are harder to get just because they weren't ready, which is funny with all the repeat photos, but I digress and sound salty again. But with everything they have there, a lot of them weren't ready to be had at the beginning, just right out the gate of the tour. So, which was kind of weird that they came out with them anyway. So by that time, many people had attended and nobody had them. So a lot of people were ordering them from overseas. And I want to say this one is also an example of that. And so even though this was for the US tour, well, for the whole tour, they had to be ordered from the UK, if I'm not mistaken, because that was the only place they were showing up. So, but this is a 2019 cover, the back cover, which is kind of cute. Again, now this is with Neil Finn and Mike Campbell, so we have a different shot, which is really cool. We have a little write-up from Lindsay, from Mick, I'm sorry. Well, it looks like us in Fleetwood Mac get a reminder, yet again, that music really does make the world go round. In fact, we as players and singers get to connect with you all over the world, and that for us in Fleetwood Mac is as good as it gets. Can't read that other word. Our music are stories of over 50 years. For all of this and more, we are grateful. Something like that. I think what he's trying to say is we've switched it up again, and we hope you enjoy it. Something along those lines. Kind of a cool stage shot. So it's heavy, obviously. I did like this drum head of Mick's at that time. Love these pictures of Chris. Like this one here. So crazy pants. This looks kind of cool too. I kind of like how this looks. I would say probably that despite the fact that this is no Lindsay, putting it together again with the addition, this is a little bit thicker. There's more to it. I mean, I guess it's also the addition of another two artists. This one feels a little bit back to a little bit more thought put into it, even though it's live photos. Almost all the photos are much more crystal clear. We're getting, the better of choices of live photos. It looks like it's put together with a little bit more. I mean, even adding a couple lyrics in there. We have this discography again, in case you didn't get it the first several times. But hey, you might be new to this, and that's I respect that. So, okay. But I mean, look at the band photos. Way better, way more, how do I put it? Just personal, nicer. They seem, it just seems a little bit more caring. I don't know. I'll just stop talking probably. Fabulous. Love it. Okay, we just saw that, but it's okay. I mean, you know. So definitely the winner as far as more recent tour books. The last one. I mean, right? Am I right? I mean, it's the last tour book ever. So, I mean, going out, I guess, actually, if you want to think about it that way, because that just kind of dawned on me myself, 2019, coming in strong and going out not too shabby, despite having Neil Finn and Campbell. A much nicer, more aptly put together tour book, in my opinion. Not much in the way of studio shots, but the live shots were just much better and just looked like it was put together with a little bit more love and detail, in my opinion. So that would be it for tour books. I do hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you didn't mind my saltiness, which is the right word. I think I'm completely joking, but just again, some of these with the duplicate and just the it's funny to me. It's almost like again, I talked about how some tours like Mirage and other places didn't have a tour book, when my God, right? What a quintessential time, and photo shoots and the album cover, just everything to have a tour book. And then they so they didn't have a tour book for like Mirage and what I say, and Stevie Nicks' Belladonna, which I get it. But then they do decide to make a tour book, and they don't make it available until very late in the tour, so not everybody can get one who attended several shows. But then they're just kind of thrown together, and it's like at that point you do kind of ask yourself why. I'm super grateful to have it. I'm glad I have one. I'm glad they did put together one, but I just wish it were a little more varied. So but I would definitely say, actually, I haven't visited this tour book in a while, so I did forget just how much good stuff was in this one. So there you have it. I'll be finishing up with my books, and I'm not too sure what I'm going to be getting into next, but I hope you enjoyed this part of my collection, and thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Have a great night. Bye.